You already know what you should do. You know you should sleep earlier. You know you should stop scrolling late at night. You know you should leave situations that drain you. And yet you don't. You wake up tired, you repeat the same habits, and at some point you wonder, why do I keep doing this to myself? We usually explain this with simple labels: laziness, lack of discipline, weak mindset. But psychology tells a different story. This is not a motivation problem. This is not a character flaw. It is how the human mind is designed to operate. In this video, we are going to break down why you can clearly know what's right and still consistently do the opposite. You have probably told yourself this before: I just need more discipline. But psychology shows that self control is not a permanent trait, it is a temporary state. Think about this. It is much easier to make good decisions when you are rested, calm, and unstressed. But after a long day, when you are mentally exhausted, self control feels almost impossible. That is because your brain is constantly negotiating between two options: short term relief and long term benefit. And when you are tired or overwhelmed, relief almost always wins. Not because you are weak, but because relief is closer. Your brain evolved to survive uncertainty. Thousands of years ago, waiting for a better option could mean missing food or safety. So the mind learned a simple rule: take what feels good now. That rule still runs today. This is why, even when you plan to be productive, you suddenly reach for your phone. Scrolling does not solve anything, but it gives immediate relief. Your brain is not broken, it is using an old survival system in a modern world. Every decision you make has two prices: a logical price and an emotional price. Logic asks, is this good for me? Emotion asks, how uncomfortable will this feel right now? For example, you know exercising is good for you, but the emotional cost is discomfort, effort, and starting. So, even though the logic is clear, the emotion says, not now. Most people don't fail because they do not understand what is right. They fail because they can't tolerate the emotional friction required to do it. You might already understand your habits. You might know exactly why you procrastinate, why you overthink, or why you avoid certain conversations. And yet, nothing changes. That is because awareness is cognitive, but behavior is emotional. Knowing something does not automatically retrain the nervous system. This is why you can promise yourself you will change tomorrow and still repeat the same behavior. The knowledge is present, the emotional pattern remains. At some point, behavior becomes identity. You stop saying, I struggle with discipline, and start saying, I am just not a disciplined person. That shift is important because now changing behavior would mean questioning who you believe you are, and the brain treats identity threats as danger. So it resists, not because change is impossible, but because it feels unsafe. Your mind is extremely good at protecting comfort. It rarely says, I do not want to change. Instead, it sounds reasonable. Now is not the right time. I need to prepare more. I will start when things calm down. These feel like logical thoughts, but they are emotional negotiations. Comfort does not argue emotionally, it argues intelligently. Even positive change removes predictability, and the brain prefers what it can predict. This is why people stay in jobs they complain about, relationships they are unhappy in, habits they regret. The discomfort is familiar, and the familiarity feels comfortable. Real change does not come from forcing yourself, it comes from working with how your mind actually functions. Lower the emotional cost of starting, reduce uncertainty, make change feel safer. Your brain does not follow what is correct, it follows what feels safe. You are not failing because you don't know enough. You are struggling because your mind is doing exactly what it was designed to do. And once you understand that, self blame turns into clarity. This channel exists to help you understand the psychology behind everyday behavior so you can make decisions with awareness, not guilt. Subscribe if you want to understand your mind before it quietly decides for you. Take care, peace out, bye bye.